School districts in Lancaster and York are making job changes after budget problems. How school leaders are trying to help those losing their positions. Are you planning on flying anytime soon? Officials at Harrisburg International Airport say traffic is up even with higher fuel costs. Why they believe a mixture of high and low cost airlines helps drive their success. In less than 2 weeks, a pair of York County officials will square off in a special election. Why both believe they're the right candidates for the 196th House District seat. Thank you for joining us on Fox 43 Featured. I'm Alex Cawley. For the next half hour, we'll be going over some of our top stories of the week. About 90 positions will be eliminated within Lancaster School District beginning next school year after budget concerns. Fox 43's Robert Stover spoke with education officials about the decision and shares other changes coming to another local school district.
In a 7-2 vote this week, the School District of Lancaster School Board eliminated 92 positions effective next school year. The decision includes 3 furloughs and the non-renewal of dozens of contracts. District Superintendent Dr. Keith Miles says staff were notified of the change ahead of Tuesday's board meeting.
We wanted to ensure that we sat down and had a face-to-face conversation with each staff member before it was posted on the board agenda.
Class sizes are expected to be impacted as a result.
Our goal is to be at about 21 average across the district for our K-2 students, and then our numbers adjust in terms of class sizes as our students get older.
The Pennsylvania State Education Association says it's ready to help remaining staff once the changes take effect.
I think right now, we're just trying to keep that open line of communication with the district and make sure that our members' rights are advocated for going forward, and that the students, of course, have the services and the educational opportunities that they need.
In the meantime, PSEA, the school district, and the State Department of Labor and Industry are offering resources to assist those impacted.
We've been working closely with the local leaders, and the local leaders have been working closely with those members to make sure that they're aware of other educational opportunities that might be out there in neighboring districts or other districts of Pennsylvania.
The School District of Lancaster isn't the only district changing its job structure. West York Area School District announced 20 full-time positions will be transitioned to part-time positions next year. West York Education Association President Bridget Grosser claims the move was made to address an approximate $4 million budget deficit.
We had no idea that this was coming. And again, we hope that this board and our administration will look at the budget and find a different way to support our students.
In a statement to Fox 43, the school district says the change will reduce the deficit by $1 million, adding, quote, impacted employees will be given first consideration for available full-time positions within the district. The topic is expected to be brought up at the next school board meeting on the 12th. Robert Stover, Fox 43 News.
Governor Josh Shapiro is taking legal action against an AI chatbot company alleging that some of its virtual characters have misrepresented themselves as licensed medical professionals and offering health-related advice. The lawsuit claims that those interactions could amount to the unauthorized practice of medicine and is asking a court to block AI-generated claims of professional credentials. Now, state officials say the issue highlights growing concerns about how realistic artificial intelligence tools are becoming and whether people can tell the difference between fictional chatbots and real medical experts.
So very quickly, people start forgetting that they're talking to a chatbot and start thinking that they're talking to a trusted friend or someone who is in a particular field to provide advice for them.
A spokesperson from Character AI told Fox 43 its platform is intended for fictional and role play and that it includes disclaimers reminding users that characters are not real and responses should be treated as fictional. The case could help shape future rules on how AI systems are allowed to portray professional roles and what protections are required for people. In Cumberland County, the Middlesex Township Board of Supervisors has voted to approve the construction of a data center. They unanimously voted in favor of the PAX 1 data center this week. Some residents at the meeting still have concerns over its construction. the final land development plans for its electrical infrastructure, as well as the first of 3 campuses. Preliminary land development plans were provided and approved. The data center's campus will be built along Country Club Road and would be the first large-scale data center built in South Central PA. Pennsylvanians have been growing concerned over the increasing number of data centers coming to the area, and some of them took those issues to the state capitol this week. Advocates delivered nearly 2,000 signatures to the governor's office at the state capitol, presenting them in the form of a large invitation to a planned town hall focused on the issue. The group is calling for a statewide moratorium on new data centers, arguing that the rapid expansion threatens communities across Pennsylvania.
What we are wanting is to hit pause on this so that there is time for municipalities to put the protections in place and for our state to put real regulations in place to protect all of us.
The Public Utility Commission put out new guidelines this week for data centers to pay for grid upgrades to accommodate their power. Travel numbers are taking off at Harrisburg International Airport, even as high fuel costs and airfares put pressure on vacation budgets. Fox 43's Melina Brown has more from officials who say the airport is seeing record demand, and they're watching closely to see if that momentum holds through the busy summer season.
Passenger traffic at Harrisburg International Airport is hitting new highs with strong demand continuing in 2026. The first quarter of the year set a new record of over 390,000 passengers, with only more growth expected moving forward.
Looking ahead to the summer, we have 8% more seats available for sale this year than we did last year. So we expect growth to continue. We're obviously watching with higher costs, fuel costs, vacation costs, and airfares. Will the growth slow down a little bit than we had versus last year? We don't know. But the opportunity for people to fly from here is greater than it ever has been.
That growth comes even as airlines navigate rising fuel costs, which can drive up ticket prices for travelers. AAA says for those planning summer getaways, timing is key.
Honestly, if anyone's looking to save money booking for this summer, we would recommend booking as soon as possible, just due to the fact as the prices have been increasing throughout the spring into the summer.
Airport leaders say airlines are also being more strategic, focusing on routes that can keep prices affordable while still turning a profit. And while some low-cost carriers have pulled back, officials say one budget airline continues to stand out.
We're fortunate. We have Allegiant here. Allegiant is the strongest of the low-cost carriers out there because their model's a little different. Allegiant focuses on markets like a Harrisburg, where there's little less competition. So they're the big dog without much competition, so they can offer lower fares, but still a good quality value for the service they provide, and so they do well.
Miller says that mix of low-cost and major airlines, including American, Delta, and United, has helped drive consistent growth at HIA. Officials say they expect the growth to slow down, but remain steady.
I don't expect 12-14% growth a year moving forward, but if we can grow 3-4% a year, that's still a tremendous accomplishment.
Melina Brown, Fox 43 News.
A major redevelopment plan in Lancaster is moving closer to the finish line, and city leaders want to hear from the community before it's finalized. The East End area plan focuses on redeveloping the site of the Lancaster County Prison once it's decommissioned. After collecting feedback for more than a year, the proposal includes a mix of housing, retail, and public space designed to fit into the existing neighborhood. Planners say removing the prison would also create better connections through the area, including direct access to Reservoir Park.
At this point now, we've kind of set it up. And so what we've done is done mixed use along King Street with retail and commercial on the first floor, and then apartments above. And then along Orange Street, it's going to be all residential to match the neighborhood.
City leaders say the next step is to finalize the plan before it goes to City Council. The timeline also depends on the county completing a new prison and selling the property. Residents are encouraged to review the plan and share their opinions. The Pennsylvania primary election is coming up on May 19th, and voters in York County will soon be participating in a special election to fill the State House 196th district seat. The seat was vacated in January when State Representative Seth Grove resigned. Fox 43's Matt Kleinitz met up with both candidates to speak about the upcoming election.
Campaign signs dot yards throughout West Manchester Township as candidates compete for a vacant State House seat.
I'm running to represent all the residents of the district.
Voters will soon head to the polls to fill the 196th district seat after Republican State Representative Seth Grove retired in January. The special election pits Democrat Ron Ruman and Republican George Margettis, two members of the West Manchester Board of Supervisors. Ruman's platform aims to lower property taxes, fund public schools, and require data centers to pay for their electricity use.
We need these data centers, but we have to make them part of our community. We cannot let them overrun our community, and controlling those costs is one big way that we need to do that.
Margettis' campaign, meanwhile, is focusing on Second Amendment and pro-life issues, as well as controlling government spending by passing the Taxpayer Protection Act.
I want to be sent up to Harrisburg to be a watchdog and try to keep us fiscally responsible and common sense to rule the day when it comes to how we spend our money.
While both of them were with the Board of Supervisors, the West Manchester Township Police Department weighed signing an agreement with ICE to be part of its 287G program. However, officials pulled the agreement after facing backlash from residents.
Police wanted it. The community is going to be safer, and we get paid to do it too. It sounded like we should do it.
Several people who spoke at the meeting said that if we had signed that agreement, they would no longer have trusted the police.
Both candidates say they're working to earn the trust of voters before they head to the polls on May 19th.
I will be an advocate to control and bring down our cost of living.
We need to be responsible for the money we spend. We can't just go out of control.
Matt Kleinitz, Fox 43 News.
And the deadline to apply for a mail-in or absentee ballot is Tuesday, May 12th. Fox 43 has everything that you need ahead of the election. Candidate bios for each race in South Central PA, as well as upcoming deadlines, can all be found on the election guide on fox43.com. We'll also be bringing you live election night coverage on Tuesday, May 19th. A Lancaster County Police Department makes a historic hire. What Columbia Borough's first female police chief has to say about the new job. In Lancaster County, Columbia Borough's first female police chief is officially on the job, marking a significant milestone in the department's history. Fox 43's Robert Stover joined residents and officials at the swearing-in ceremony and has more.
To uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
In a historic moment, Columbia Borough welcomed its first ever female police chief, Holly Arndt. Born and raised in Columbia, Arndt joined the department in 2008.
I would say my leadership role is a field training officer, and then I made the rank of corporal, and then about 2 years later, sergeant, and last July I was promoted to lieutenant.
Her top priorities as police chief?
Getting out, walking the beat, riding bicycle, and just getting to talk to people like I did on the street as a patrol officer.
And where one chapter begins, another ends.
With fidelity. Congratulations.
Former police chief Jack Brommer was sworn in as the next borough manager.
To serve in a community that I grew up in, a community that's meant so much to me, wonderful people here, tremendous support, great officers, great staff to work with. It was truly a blessing.
Brommer served as chief for 14 years, and when it was time to move on, Brommer knew who he wanted to fill his shoes.
She's shown such drive. She's committed to the role, you know, and that's a challenge in and of itself.
And we will lead this department forward the right way, together.
In a tearful display of gratitude, Arndt reflected on what it took to get where she is now. She hopes her story will inspire others to pursue their passions and not let anything hold them back.
Honestly, I don't like to look at my gender. I just look at the hard work that I've put in and the people that I've been blessed to work with.
Officials like Brommer say the community couldn't be in safer hands.
She is an excellent officer and she'll be a great leader.
Robert Stover, Fox 43 News.
Well, patients at UPMC Children's Hospital in Harrisburg received a special visit from some of their favorite superheroes, as well as local baseball players. Batman, Superman, and other heroes joined players from the Harrisburg Senators to spend a little time with some young patients and staff. Organizers say the day is about helping kids feel empowered to fight the illness or injury that has them in the hospital.
It's really our mission to empower our patients and our staff, who are the real superheroes. Whether they're battling an illness or an injury, the staff that care for them while they're in the hospital, it's really our job today and all days to make them feel empowered and recover and get back to life outside of the hospital.
Students from the Conestoga Valley School District also chipped in, creating superhero-themed coloring book pages for the kids to have. A new WellSpan hospital opened its doors to patients in Cumberland County. The WellSpan Carlisle Hospital is located just off of I-81 at the corner of Sprint Drive and Walnut Bottom Road. This image is from the ribbon-cutting ceremony last month. The hospital will stay open 24/7, offering a full-service emergency department and 10 inpatient beds. WellSpan says that it has plans to build an ambulatory surgery center and medical office building on the campus within the next few months. It is the third new hospital that WellSpan has opened so far this year, alongside 2 others in York County. Health officials are working to trace people possibly exposed to a virus spreading on a cruise ship. Coming up, what to know about the hantavirus. A deadly outbreak of hantavirus overseas is creating concern across the country. Health experts say the chances of contracting the virus here in Pennsylvania remain low if you know how to protect your home. Fox 43's Sydney Nauman spoke to an infectious disease expert and explains the risk for Pennsylvanians.
Hantavirus is rare, though health experts say when infections do happen, the virus can quickly turn serious or even deadly. In Pennsylvania, the primary concern is the Sin Nombre strain, spread through deer mice, which the Pennsylvania Game Commission reports are common across the state. According to Dr. Rejan Hussain with Penn State Health's Division of Infectious Diseases, the virus can be transmitted when infected mice droppings, urine, or saliva are disturbed in enclosed spaces, like sheds, garages, or cabins, sending contaminated particles into the air.
If there is a need to clean an area that's infested, the ventilation needs to be very well, and wearing mask and also protection.
Early symptoms of hantavirus often look like the flu. After the first week, Hussain says the virus can develop into severe kidney or lung complications.
There is no specific antiviral treatment that we have for this virus. Usually, if it gets to the lungs, then that's where the issue of mortality comes.
Despite its severity, Hussain says the virus is not new and cases remain uncommon.
In the last 20 years of my infectious disease practice, I only saw one patient with this hantavirus in West Virginia University.
For Pennsylvanians, prevention can look like putting away pet food and other items that may be attractive to rodents.
Food in any spaces, make sure it's not easily accessible to rodents so that the infestation does not happen.
Understanding how hantavirus spreads is key for prevention, as experts say the most effective protection starts before any infestation or exposure happens. Sydney Nauman, Fox 43 News.
Cancer patients in Pennsylvania may soon have more support when it comes to protecting their future families. State lawmakers are introducing new legislation that would require insurance companies to cover fertility preservation for patients undergoing cancer treatment. On Wednesday, lawmakers and advocates gathered at the state capitol to announce Senate Bill 1315, backed by Senator Tracy Pennyquick and Nick Miller. Supporters say right now coverage is not guaranteed, leaving patients to pay thousands of dollars out of pocket, often with little time to prepare before treatment begins.
This is not a side effect of cancer. It is a side effect of policy. The science is ready. The protocols are ready. The patients are ready. It is the insurance companies that are holding us back.
More than 20 states already require some form of coverage, and backers of this bill say Pennsylvania should be next. It's a phrase you hear all the time. Age is just a number, and one man is proving that right. How a 61-year-old powerlifter is setting records while turning back the clock. Age is just a number, and right here in South Central PA, one man is proving that that's true. Fox 43's Brian Tagg tells us about a 61-year-old powerlifter who is setting records and setting back the clock.
Powerlifting is a game of numbers, increasing the weight you're lifting with the number of reps you can do. However, there's one number you don't want to increase, even though it never stops, and that's your age. But for Bill Keister, age is just that.
I just want to go out there and give 100% and show people age is just a number.
For the 61-year-old Keister, who already holds a national record in the bench press for his age group, powerlifting had been a forgotten treasure until he started training his son when he reached the 8th grade. And now it's his own fountain of youth.
My body started to remember, muscles never forget. And I want to prove to people, you don't stop lifting when you're old. You get old when you stop lifting.
While it was his son who inspired him, Keister's strength and attitude has motivated those around him, including fellow powerlifters.
As somebody who competed into their 20s and is now pushing 40, I can say that it's more impressive to see somebody in their 60s lifting than it is in their 20s. Because when you're 20, nothing hurts. When you're 60, everything hurts. So seeing these guys out there is super inspiring. I hope it's me one day.
Even sponsors who supply his gear show up, searching for their own inspiration.
I don't necessarily need to come out and take the time out of my weekend to come and support somebody, but seeing what he does and what he's striving to do, it sort of inspires me to be better.
Keister's success is the result of hard work and discipline that comes with years of experience.
At his age, he can still lift what he can lift. He's in the gym many times a week. He consistently practices good form. He consistently practices good technique.
And even if that practice sometimes doesn't quite pay off.
Got another win, moved to 11-0, but I fell short for the national record by like so much, you know what I mean? So there's always the next time.
It's that next set, next rep mentality that keeps Keister feeling as strong today as he did yesterday.
Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I want to be better than yesterday. That's what you always do. As long as you're better yesterday, you're doing good.
Brian Tagg, Fox 43 News.
And that's going to do it for Fox 43 Featured. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. Have a good one.